We need an end of for-profit prisons. It's way too corrupt. The incentive structure is completely wrong. Prison also needs to be radically rethought. Prison should not be treated primarily as a punishment. Prison needs to be thought of more as a rehabilitation center. The way that prison is treated in the Scandinavian countries and Northern Europe, that's how America needs to start to model its prisons, as rehabilitation centers. There needs to be more compassion and empathy placed into the way that we treat prisoners. They're not evil people, no matter who they've killed or what kind of crimes they've committed. They're just ignorant people. And what they need is they need education. They need spirituality. They need meditation. And one of the biggest things we can do to help them is to introduce non-dogmatic spirituality into prison. It's not Christian, it's not Muslim, it's not dogmatic, it's not a religion. It's mindfulness training, meditation training, various yoga programs, this sorts of stuff. If we introduce this into prison, this will enormously help to improve recidivism rates. It'll reduce crime. It'll help these people get back on their feet. We need to have jobs programs where if this person comes out of prison, he can go there, he can get a job. He doesn't have to go back out on the streets and do drugs or sell crack or whatever, just to make ends meet. So we need to treat our prisoners with a lot more compassion. And the only way that's possible is through an expansion of one's own sense of identity and consciousness, collective and individual consciousness. Because right now what people do is they demonize criminals, they blame all the problems on the criminals, and they think of criminals as the other. Because, hey, I'm not a criminal and I would never be as bad as a criminal or as a murderer or as a rapist. And so therefore those people are just garbage and scum, and we can just treat them that way. Well, that ends up coming back to bite you. Because, when that drug dealer or criminal or rapist, when he gets released, the recidivism rate is like 70%. So it doesn't help you to demonize the guy because, the average criminal is only going to be in jail for 5 or 10 years. He's not going to be in jail for the rest of his life. So when he comes back out, what have you done to actually help his situation? Because if you haven't helped him, he's going to become a problem within your society. Not to mention that it's the humane thing to do to try to rehabilitate people. Now, I'm not saying everybody can be rehabilitated. Some people are totally lost causes, but we should at least try, and our system should be structured in such a way that it helps the majority. I think the majority of these criminals can be helped. A minority can't be, and that we just deal with those, but I think a majority can be.